Hey, folks, it's Lindsey Huddleston with SPS back in the building for another SPS Edge show with my guy, the greatest co-host, if not his own host. He's going to have his own show real soon. Mr. Terry McCord Jr. holding me down, back for another one. How you doing, man?
I'm good. It's been a hard day. Just like with work and things going on, obviously getting over COVID, but I mean, just overseas, what's going on in Ukraine right now. It's prayer for the families. And I mean, now they're saying that kids and civilians got to gear up just in case they have to fight with arms. So, man, it's just sad to see, bigger than sports. Life is always bigger, but I mean, just prayers go out to them. It's so cool that, we get to come to a space where we kind of get away from that, but still keep that in mind as we continue to go through these different topics that bring some joy. It's okay to have some humor, some joy right now, but still to keep in mind that we got to be praying for them.
Terry, I can appreciate you bringing perspective because look at us. Here we are. Living, first-class lifestyle where we can sit and talk about something we're passionate about, sports, but you are helping us keep perspective, and I appreciate you, and that's why you bring so much to this show, and you have so much to contribute as a great citizen, as a great human being. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get started with the show. We appreciate everybody supporting us. As you guys know, this is playoff season in basketball, which means SPS is out and about, which kind of has impacted some of our scheduling. But let's talk about Detroit Public Schools Community District championship games that just went down. We had Renaissance High School winning the city championship on the ladies' side, and Martin Luther King, the Crusaders, winning on the boys' side. And boy, shout out to Coach Shane over at Renaissance, my guy Shane Lawal, as well as Coach George Ward, my guy, no doubt, over at King. The girls, man, here they are right here. Beautiful young ladies, man, did really good. They were very dominant in the second half over Mumford. Shout out to Coach Kareem Hogan. That's our guy. Coach Hogan came, as well as Coach Lawal, and some of these young ladies was at the SPS event, at Harper Wood. So they've been supporting the program and what's going on. And, man, they just had a dominant performance. If our followers want to see more, you can go on the Instagram of SPS or Twitter or the SPS Edge on YouTube to see the great interviews with Christian Sanders. Oh, you got to watch out for her. She's a sophomore. She's the one on the left side holding the trophy without the mask. Shout out to her dad, Mr. Sanders, Desmond Sanders. He's the president-to-be of the Detroit Athletic Club, first African-American elected to be president of the illustrious DAC. Big move, big move. Met her mom, his wife, very positive group of people. Also, I sat down with Michaela Johnson, getting in, sophomore, and another freshman, Imani Johnson, getting it in. They were not playing, man. They were about their business. Got to sit down with Coach Shane as well. Great guy, great dude over at Renaissance, man. So I think you're going to see some dominance in Renaissance basketball going forward. When you hear about these young ladies playing like that and getting it in like that, what do you think about, Terry?
I was going to say that. So these are the different young ladies that MSU needs to be in their mailbox sending letters now, right? So this is the thing, man, that there's a lot of talent in MSU's backyard. And, with them being freshmen and sophomore, man, it just shows the unlimited amount of potential that they have at their age right now, and to continue to grow and have that experience of winning and, being able to have that, that accolade and continue to grow and get more. I think it's really cool. But I think it goes to show that, again, like recruiting, like these are the kids that would love to be playing in their backyard, love to play at home. I don't want to speak for them, but I just know the amount of family to be able to come out. I just think that it's really cool to see that, Detroit Public Schools kind of display that, put them in a large arena, and just enjoy that experience. I mean, even those players that won't make it at the collegiate level, this is something that they can tell their kids about, their family about, and to be able to record that memory and then talk about it for the rest of their lives. So I think, hopefully Lansing does something like this. Maybe the CACS championship at the end where the two top teams play, kind of how Detroit does that. I think it's really cool that they're able to kind of display that and allow these kids to walk away with some really cool memories.
No, man, very good point. And before we even get into the part about King winning, there was controversy about the location. It was at Oakland University, but the controversy, this is the first time that the city championship was not played in the city of Detroit. We're talking close to over 100 years. and it was big time controversy. People was big mad about that. But Jay Alexander, the executive athletic director for Detroit Public Schools Community District. Shout out to my girl Nika McEvans. She's been on the platform before. They worked really hard to make this happen. And there was some mess in the game though. It got a little messy as far as the protocol because University of Detroit Mercy said they weren't having anybody until March because it's normally at U of D Mercy, Callahan Hall. The new G League facility that's affiliated with Wayne State, they were kind of up in the air and they weren't able to make a decision. But ironically, the Catholic League Girls Championship took place there.
Well, I'm sure.
So it makes people want to wonder. So with that being said, man, it ended up being, a great venue. Shout out to Oakland University. They did a really good job in hosting everyone out there, but it was still a little bit of, concern and mess in the game, if you will, as far as why it was out there at that location compared to being at some other places. So with that being said, it's just something to keep in mind going forward. But now let's shift to King. Shout out to my guy, Coach George Ward. And I'm getting some comments. A lot of people got some comments getting ready for the segment with Juwan. We'll definitely be ready to respond to those. Everybody want to talk about that. But King High School got to do it again. Got the back-to-back championship, just kind of like your man. What is Drake's song? Back-to-back. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yes, sir.
I got the back-to-back championships right there going on. You had Mr. Vitti, Dr. Vitti as the superintendent of Detroit Public Schools on hand as well. And right here, you got Dr. Vita, Ironetta Wright, and Jay Alexander. Jay was able to come on the platform and give the entire breakdown on why the location was where it was. And I think people were appreciative of that. SPS was on it. Shout out to Mr. Rod Wilson, one of our faithful supporters, for saying, Lindsay, get the scoop on that, man. Find out what's going on, man. Why are they not here? But we were able to get the scoop and get that information. But then also Coach George Ward, shout out to Coach Ward, was able to come and share with us about what he had going on and what he thought. And he also was able to make which I thought was an excellent case for Chauncey Willis Jr. to become the next Mr. Basketball of the state of Michigan. He made an excellent case. I mean, this young man, Chauncey Willis, has won back-to-back city championships. He has won a championship in football. He's overcome something that many of us probably would not be able to overcome, which is dealing with the tragic loss of his dear sister in a very, very violent way, unfortunately. Yet he still works out there to work hard. So when I played devil's advocate with the coach and say, hey man, give me the pros and the cons. What's the knock on Chauncey? And he said the issue with Chauncey is he makes it look so effortless, Terry. He's up there and it just looks so effortless. And because of that, people don't want to